headlines. Once again, Bitcoin is climbing higher after a number of big names predict the cryptocurrency to reach levels as high as $250,000.
Can someone tell me where the party's at? Make it rain money from the sky, Rory's in the back. In the city when Biddy hitting 250 when Liddy. And if you with me, we did it, yeah, that's a matter of fact. Yeah, ain't no racking racks. We'll be stacking sacks. Where the party at? All week, no sleep, going back to back. Like when that Biddy dip, vroom, vroom, run it back. Weak has no chance, won't make it. Money dance when we're dead, better shake it. We old, never sold, we faithful. Not a party's a fairy tale. Can someone tell me where the party's at? Make it rain money from the sky, Rory's in the back. In the city when Biddy hitting 250 when Liddy. And if you with me, we did it, yeah, that's a matter of fact. That's a matter of fact. Yeah, that's a matter of fact.
News just in, Bitcoin after party is going to be f***ing wild!
See you in New York City, baby.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. It is Monday for you. It is about 12:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is probably going to be a long one. I'm going to cover a lot of different stuff today. I've got some paid segments. I've got some fun segments. I've got a little of everything. One of the first things that I want to do is I want to actually point out DesireeKellyArt.com. If you guys are into some really cool I don't know, I guess you call it pop art. This isn't paid or anything. This is somebody that my wife pointed out to me on TikTok who does a lot of these paintings live on TikTok, and she's just fantastic. I'm actually working on getting some of this stuff myself. She has originals. I really wanted this one. I might end up getting a print of this at some point. But she sells her originals and then prints and things like that. And it's not just painting. She uses so many different mediums for this. Like this one in particular, pretty sure she has like a real neon sign in it. And then newspaper prints from this time period of like Neil Armstrong walking on the moon, supposedly. Who knows? Whatever happened, I don't know. But and these are big. This is 4 foot by 4 foot, so they're really big pieces, and just really freaking good. I mean, she's so talented, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of share her, in case any of you guys are looking for some really cool quality art. She's award-winning, all that fun stuff. So check her out, DesireeKellyArt.com. She's not giving me anything for the plug. She's not paying me or anything. I just really like her. My wife really likes her. So there you go. All right, so now I'm going to actually show you guys this IOI racing game. Some of you guys that joined me live for a previous video, I took the whole video down because I got to discussing, generally vaguely some topics that I just don't feel are safe to discuss publicly anymore. And so I figure better safe than sorry. I'm going to pull that video down. I'm going to redo it. I've got so much stuff to go over. But this is IOI. If you're familiar at all with IOI token, they're kind of just getting started in their effort. Now, they gave me, I think it was $10,000 worth of their IOI token so that I could play, start a team, buy some cars, and so forth. This is the market. And basically the way this works, if I click the market, they have these NFT cars available, and you can buy these cars. I'm going to go to one that I don't own. If you buy like the entire tier of a particular of cars, then you'll unlock in the rare, right? So you've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. So that's like 5,000 IOI tokens to buy these in the tier. But when you do that, you actually unlock the super rare, which is worth 6,000 IOI tokens, and you get that for free. and there are a lot of details associated with the cars and things, and basically it helps you in a variety of different ways, but ultimately, staking these as NFTs generates a return. The more expensive the car, the more of a return you stand to generate. Now, this is kind of in addition to a paid segment that I did a while back. I think they paid me like 3 or 4 Ethereum, maybe even 5. I don't think it was that much, but and that's when I first got into it. And I'm like, this is actually a really cool, fun thing. And and then we had some communication lapses, and there was some things like with login that I was having issues with. So I gave them some time. They've addressed all those issues. They fixed everything. And I've been diving into it. Now, basically what this game is, ultimately, it's kind of like a binary options racing game, but with cryptocurrency. So I'll show you what I mean. I bought some cars, and I'm just kind of dabbling around. At some point, you're going to be able to buy, different racers to represent yourself, as well as different tracks. And a lot of this stuff is mostly just graphical. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I did create a team, so it's Crow's team, or I think I might have named it Crow's Nest. I can't remember. And there are some things that are still coming soon, but what do you do? So basically, I'm going to go to the dashboard and I'm going to get into a race. All right, and I'll do a fast race, or I'll just do a beginner's race, because I think these are AI races, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to go to, I'm going to pick a car. Race starts in 59 seconds. I'll pick that car, just a random car. It doesn't really matter. This is for example. But basically what you do is you pick 3 cryptocurrencies, and you can either go long or short. And then you can basically say, I want this particular, so what is it? This is Bitcoin Tether. Let's go to VeChain. Let's see what VeChain's doing. It loads up a little 3-minute chart here. It's going down. So we're going to short it just for the sake of it. For some fun, I'll go 35%. Let's say Cardano. What's Cardano doing? Looks like it's dipping a bit as well on a 3-minute chart. So we'll make that 50%. And then let's have some fun with Ethereum. Is it probably going up? Oh no, that's dipping as well. So we're just going to go short on all of that. And we're going to lock that in. Boom. So now the race starts here in 6 seconds. I'm going to launch it and then see what happens. And so the race basically, it happens right before your eyes. And depending on like the length of the race and a bunch of different variables that you choose, you'll have other competitors. And then basically the person who wins the race based off of their picks wins IOI tokens. And then that can obviously be used to buy more cars or other benefits and things. So far I'm doing all right. Still fairly close. And I'm even using a cheap, like one of the lower end cars. So, I won that race. The one example I did, I actually lost. So anyway, and then you can refuel, you repeat, and so forth. And you can get deeper and deeper into it. You build a racing team. You can compete against some of the main teams, which is Bitcoin team, IOI team, and altcoin team. Shows their rewards so far. I have a team, so if you get into this and you think it's fun, never risk more than you can afford to lose, but it's kind of a fun little thing. And honestly, I think it's kind of cool to practice, like if you're trying to get into scalp trading, going in and actually seeing what the charts are doing and learning on like these very 3-minute charts. It could help you kind of gauge, get used to, being able to call where you think a direction of a particular asset might go for other sorts of trading. So anyway, that's TradeRaceManager.com. Check that out if you're into that sort of thing. And, hopefully you have some fun. Now, first bit of news going on is post the Saturday Night Live dump. Is it time to convert your Dogecoin to Bitcoin? Now, I've been seeing so many people on TikTok, so many people pumping Dogecoin, pumping, acting like Elon Musk going to Saturday Night Live is going to make everybody stupid, filthy rich. Well, go figure, buy the rumor, sell the news. People got dumped on. And this was, I think, probably one of the first big lessons in crypto for a lot of these newcomers that are running around with the Robinhood app buying Dogecoin tokens on paper, expecting to make millions of dollars. Now, I've been seeing so much dumb stuff like Dogecoin to $1,000, Dogecoin to $3,000. And the sad thing is that people that don't have the real genuine interest in the technology or the space are believing a lot of this stuff because they're seeing these headlines or they're these TikTok videos or whatever, and they don't know any better. All they know is whatever this is, it keeps pumping, it keeps pumping. I have people that are like Facebook friends who see me talk about a lot of this stuff, have known about my channel forever, and they still ask me, hey, Jason, Dogecoin to the moon? Where do I buy Dogecoin? And I just ignore them. I ignore most of it because I posted my thoughts on Dogecoin. I've talked about Dogecoin in my videos. It is a pump and dump. The vast majority is being held by a very small number of wallets, and all of the retail money going into it are just begging to get burned. And, listen, I'm not trying to give financial advice. Do what you want to. But, if there's anything I've learned, sometimes projects that have the most fundamental basis for growth don't do as well as some of these crappy FOMO-driven, hype-driven nonsense tokens, these meme tokens. But the thing of it is what I'm also learning is while some of the projects with the most solid fundamentals don't grow as quickly, they grow much longer, and they tend to stand the test of time, whereas things like Dogecoin can go up and down drastically with no rhyme or reason. And listen, anytime there's significant pumps on a project like Dogecoin, in my humble opinion, it's the whales that are holding the majority of it, waiting to dump it on these retail investors' heads that don't know what's going on. That is the nature of the beast of crypto. So, people are saying, is it time to dump Dogecoin into Bitcoin? I mean, basically the article talks about how everybody was looking for $1, $1 Dogecoin after the Saturday Night Live thing, and while everybody was rudely awakened with a significant dump, okay? And no, I don't necessarily think it should go into Bitcoin. I think maybe some Bitcoin, maybe some Cardano, maybe some Celsius Network, maybe projects that you can actually stake what you own to generate more passively over the next 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 months, however long the bull market lasts, and generate a consistent return or a passive income stream. If you happen to profit by selling at the high of this Dogecoin rally that's been going on, maybe take some of those profits and put it into something with more fundamental value and use case than just being a meme joke of a token or project without even a strong development team or anything going for it. Put it into something with a foundational basis for growth that's going to generate additional tokens. Cell token, ADA, Divi token. Those are 3 of my favorites, to be quite honest. But don't take anything I say as financial advice because I'm just some dude on the internet. And I, after years of being in the crypto space, I'm still constantly learning. ADA leapfrogs USD tether as new all-time high reaches $1.78. This is pretty big stuff. Cardano, ADA, has reached another all-time high on Sunday, touching $1.78 on the Binance exchange. Cardano continues to see exponential growth as the project climbed to a new high on Sunday. The latest all-time high comes after it previously reached $1.70. And I believe that a lot of this new all-time high is because people are pumping or dumping their Dogecoin profits into something with strong fundamentals and some serious potential in the long term. The surge in price now means that ADA has surpassed USD Tether in market capitalization. Thank you. Taking the 7th ranked spot with a total market cap of $56.4 billion. The vast majority of which has been built on fundamentals, not just crappy FOMO hype and bunch of blind leading the blind all over the internet, hoping to pump their own bags. And that's basically all Doge is, in my opinion. I even saw a TikTok person telling everybody how Dogecoin, or however he pronounced it, he wasn't even pronouncing it right, and was trying to get everybody to go out and buy as much as they can afford. And I'm like, dude, you know so little that A, you're telling everybody to run out and buy something, which is stupid. B, you're pumping a meme joke token, which is stupid. C, you don't even know how to pronounce what you're pumping. I don't do it often, but I even posted on a comment. I'm like, you're pumping this to your people and you don't even know how to pronounce it? Winner. Anyway, so yeah, ADA's growing and I'm very happy to see that. Netherlands, Ireland, and Australia most interested in Cardano amid increasing adoption. Interest in Cardano is surging as input, output. Hong Kong. The development team behind the cryptocurrency works on real-world applications for the digital asset. Data from Google Trends, which analyzes the popularity of search queries in Google search, show that interest in Cardano news is surging over the past few months. It started by the end of January, and it hit a peak on March 14th. The data also revealed that the country most interested in the 6th largest cryptocurrency by market cap is the Netherlands, followed by Ireland and then Australia. I'd love to see these countries adopt Cardano. For a lot of different things. Partnerships in Africa. IOHK recently unveiled key partnerships in Africa. The company is working with Ethiopia's Minister of Education for a blockchain-based system that will track student performance in the country's schools. The project will be rolled out to 5 million students and 750,000 teachers, making it the world's largest blockchain deployment. Nobody before Cardano's done anything like this. Nobody. And the thing of it is, this is just Cardano getting started on what's to come. Absolutely just getting started on what's to come. The price of ADA may double. Analysts think that the cryptocurrency will continue to rise. Crypto expert Lark Davis said that he expects the digital asset to surge. He said that this would happen once Cardano rolls out the much anticipated Alonzo upgrade that will enable smart contract functionality in the blockchain. The update will launch in August. Davis said that the price of ADA would likely double leading up to the upgrade. So basically, we're talking maybe a $4 Cardano before smart contracts launch, and then from there, just the sky's the limit. Let's hope. I'd like to see that. Cardano set to explode, says crypto analyst Benjamin Cowan. Here's his extremely bullish forecast. Now, I will forewarn you, I have not read this yet, but I know Benjamin Cowan. Benjamin Cowan is like a PhD mathematician who does some of the best logarithmic analysis on the interwebs, in my humble opinion. I've had him on my channel. I've been on his. I first found him when he had like 3,000 subscribers or something like that on YouTube. And I said, hey, man, I'd love to see you get bigger. Gave him some tips, kind of explained some things, a little bit about how YouTube works. And now he's bigger than me. So it just goes to show that, good content definitely works out. Apparently, I'm not that good. I'm only like 120, maybe 130,000 subscribers. I'd like to see 200,000 by the peak of this market, but who knows? Crypto analyst Benjamin Cowan is sharing his insights into Cardano's price action, where he thinks the Ethereum competitor is headed this market cycle. In an interview with Altcoin Daily hosts Aaron and Austin Arnold, Cowan discusses the future of the 7th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Cowan notes that while one generally expects an altcoin to increase in its USD value during a bull market, it is crucial to note whether the asset is outperforming Bitcoin. If an altcoin can't outperform Bitcoin, then there's no point in holding it. Can ADA outperform it? ADA outperforms Bitcoin in a bull market. Even though ADA may be in a bit of a consolidation phase at present, and it is already up over 3,000% in the last 12 months, Cowan reasons that the smart contract platform may increase by over 500% from its price of $1.64 within the current cycle. Could go bigger than that. In the last bull cycle, Cardano went up something like 300% in just the last 30 days. So there's really no telling. And I was even thinking, I've been calling an $8 Cardano for a while now. But with what I'm seeing in the market and in the time frame it's happening, I'm starting to wonder if it could potentially go higher. I think in the grand scheme of the market cycle, I think it's going to go much higher than where it currently is. If I had to throw a ballpark number out there, I would say somewhere between like $5 to $10. If I'm wrong because it goes higher than $10, that's something I don't mind being wrong about. I agree with you there. And the thing of it is Benjamin Cowan is not a moon boy. And I think that's where we definitely agree. We try to keep our analysis very, I don't want to say conservative, but within the confines of reality, given what we see in the market. But, when the FOMO really starts kicking in and everybody's going nuts and it becomes this thing where anywhere you throw a dollar, it's going to grow. Granted, those periods of time are short-lived. But when it comes to projects like Cardano, I mean, seriously, the sky is absolutely the limit. And, you know, for those of you guys that are looking for some more stuff to basically say, hey, what is going on with Cardano? There'll be a link in the description of this video, which is a GitHub link that's going to break down all the partnerships, everything that is basically a part of Cardano, strategic partners and collaborators. A lot of these are development houses and things that are building on it, but also a lot of like company partnerships that are basically looking to offer services in different areas on the Cardano blockchain. You've got layer 2 solutions, deployments, DeFi and capital markets, such as Celsius Network, which we all know and love, governments, everything, exchanges, payment systems, incubators and funding, you name it. So check it out. Development languages, I mean, broken down. I mean, there are a bunch of those, of the various wallets that you can use. It goes on and on. I'll probably be covering a lot of the different projects in this list and keeping up with it. So you've got that to look forward to as we continue moving forward through the bull market. All right, so now we're going to talk about Bifrost and BiFi a little bit, and I'm going to bring up something here. I've got some notes, and I'm hoping that my power doesn't go out because that's kind of known to happen. It just happened earlier this afternoon. But I'm going to cover this a little bit again because apparently I teased them. I teased the team a little too much in the paid segment that I did for them. And the sad thing is I actually like the project a bit. I mean, I think that if they pull off what they're building, it could actually be pretty beneficial. Not just from a potential, like a financial perspective, but ultimately just to benefit the space overall. Everybody knows I've been very big on interoperability for a long time. And the problem is I didn't have a lot of notes. I didn't have a lot of key notes on Bifrost. So, you know, it is what it is, but they weren't happy about me teasing them about everybody wearing the same white shirt. Deeply apologize for anybody that I offended about joking about your shirts. But for anybody that watches me knows that especially when I'm doing paid segments, often I crack a lot of jokes and just try to have fun with it because it's a little more entertaining. And it keeps people glued to the screen and actually seeing what I'm going to say next. That's kind of part of the fun. So unfortunately, that wasn't explained. But anyway, to each their own. And I went and watched the video back and I'm like, okay, maybe I was a little bit too fun. But, you know, definitely it was all tongue in cheek. It wasn't even a big deal. But anyway, so we're looking at, let me close this little box here. So this is Bifrost. Bifrost is the world's first blockchain middleware that enables multi-chain technology. Never settle for just one protocol. Always get the best out of every protocol. Now, basically what these guys are doing is they're not recreating a new blockchain. Okay, ultimately what they're creating is kind of a middleware that is going to pull the best elements out of various blockchains and bring them all together into one hub or one system, which is actually pretty cool because it's something that, you know, I know that Cardano is working on doing a lot of stuff in terms of interoperability, and I know that there are a lot of blockchains out there that are claiming interoperability, but ultimately it's not necessarily the same kind of interoperability. Oh, great. Now my cat got in here and she's probably going to knock over something. So if I have a technical breakdown, it's probably due to my big fat cat who loves to get into everything. But it's my fault because I didn't close my door. Introducing BiFi, a truly universal DeFi platform. Now, I've got some notes. BiFi is Bifrost, excuse me. A universal middleware platform. It is not another blockchain nor an exclusive ecosystem. Rather, it is a universal language for blockchains to communicate with one another for dApp developers. Bifrost position Bifrost as a Polkadot or a Cosmos competitor. Now, that's fine. But, you know, Polkadot, I feel, is a little bit more niche than I think most people realize. And Cosmos is I mean, primarily focused on DeFi applications. Now, Cosmos has some applications that I've done reviews of in the past that have done really, really well. Kava being one of them. And Cosmos itself, I was actually really impressed with the Cosmos blockchain back in the day. Bifrost is basically looking to position themselves as a competitor with both of these. So, and I don't know if they're basically saying, hey, well, they're saying Bifrost combines features of different blockchains to get the best out of every blockchain. So, you know, basically they're saying, hey, we're going to basically take the best parts of all the different blockchains you know and love. We're going to bring them all together, and we're going to provide bigger and better use cases for them. I say kudos, more power to you. I'd like to see what comes of this. Now, from a purely financial perspective, if these guys are able to start generating a significant number of partnerships, which it looks like they've got, Neo, Terra, Matic, Chainlink, you know, one of the things that we've learned in partnerships when it comes to crypto is sometimes these partnerships aren't always, and I'm not saying anything about Bifrost, I'm just saying that just because a partnership is linked to a website, you really want to go in, especially if you're trying to invest a significant sum in a newly released project or something like that. You want to do your due diligence. OpenSea, that's a big one. But you want to dive into these and find out what the partnership actually means. Because I get offered partnerships for all kinds of different stuff, and it just boils down to like, hey, let's do a logo swap, right? And again, not saying that that's what Bifrost is doing. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying that when you're looking to invest in something, do your due diligence and make sure that the partnerships are legitimate and actually have some substance to them. Don't just throw money anywhere just because a website says something. Dive into it. Educate yourself. What is the use case of the project you're going into, and why are they partnering with these different companies? How are they benefiting each other as different companies? How does the partnership benefit the potential price and use case of the token you're looking to get invested in? That sort of thing. Because that's all very, very important. Now, outside of that, you've got BiFi. BiFi is a lending and borrowing protocol like Aave and Compound. So you basically have some DeFi applications and then a interoperable blockchain middleware, kind of bringing a lot of different stuff together. I'm curious to see what sort of additional use cases being kind of like a DeFi interoperability middleware type platform. Like what else can it offer? What else can you do with it? Multi-chain. Today, most DeFi services are limited to the Ethereum ecosystem. BiFi revolutionizes DeFi with our groundbreaking multi-chain technology, Bifrost. BiFi can support transactions among cryptocurrencies from different blockchain protocols, including Bitcoin. That's pretty interesting to me. Security. Hacks and frauds have tainted the blockchain ecosystem. Our team of hackers, researchers, and security experts are dedicated to maintaining the highest standards of security. With us, you can securely put your money to work. I want to see, I'm pretty sure these guys were, I don't see anything here, but I would like to see some audits. Granted, if you've got in-house security, that's cool, but a lot of people are looking for external security audits to be done by, trusted third parties. BiFi, let's see here. BiFi has three main services: lending, pooling, and staking, and it incentivizes users with interest in BiFi tokens for using the service. There's a BiFi guide for beginners, which you can get right here by clicking this question mark. So if you're looking to dive deeper into what a lot of this stuff does, what this means or that means, you can just click the question mark and it'll take you there. And BiFi is a multi-chain DeFi, allowing for multi-chain lending services. That is, deposit Bitcoin, borrow Ethereum, no wrapping, no bridges. This is all possible as it's powered by Bifrost's multi-chain technology. So I guess in closing to this, I can say, look, it all looks pretty interesting. Excuse me. It all looks pretty interesting, but I'm definitely I'm looking to see this grow and see how it grows and see how adoption grows. There are so many new DeFi applications all over the place, and there's so many different DeFi applications popping up left and right. This one, to me, looks the most interesting, especially if these guys own a development house with I guess they own like half of a development house with over 200 developers in it. So these guys may very well be pretty serious. So if you're interested in getting into something that might do pretty well, or it may not, I don't know. I'm not giving financial advice, but this does look a little more promising than most that I've seen. So maybe give it a check. Read through the white paper, do your due diligence. Don't just skim over everything and say, okay, cool, yay or nay. Dive into it, learn everything you can about it, and then decide if it's a project that's worth your time and potentially your investment. Alrighty. Now, let's take a look at Glitch.Finance. Glitch.Finance. Now, this is also a paid segment, and we're going to cover a lot of ground in this video. Let's see. Key points: listing on the top 5 exchanges as promised. So there's not a whole lot of information on this website just yet, so I'm not quite sure. Glitch features high transaction speeds. Through the use of proof-of-stake consensus, the Glitch blockchain is able to achieve a minimum speed of 3,000 transactions per second. All right. Low transaction fees, groundbreaking reward structure that incentivizes community support through a revenue-sharing protocol, which in turn ensures low network gas fees for users. Revenue sharing through a modified DPoS consensus that has a voting system to provide better decentralized control of the network and incentivize the network through revenue sharing. All right. The Glitch Decentralized Exchange is the Glitch blockchain's answer to the DEX. In collaboration with Orion, we have a product with an unbeatable fee structure and the capability to handle whale-sized trades. Let's take a look at this video real quick. Looks like they're doing a no audio demo of the platform. And I've been seeing other stuff like this as well. These kind of DEX exchange platforms. Because I personally don't like a lot of the like token swaps where you just say, I want to swap this for that. And then it kind of gives you a vague idea as to what your slippage is going to be or what you're going to expect to lose during the swap. And, you know, it either happens that way or it doesn't, or there's just not enough liquidity to complete the swap, so forth and so on. So having a DEX based exchange where you're able to even potentially put limit orders and things like that through decentralized trading natures, I love it. I love that kind of technology. I think it's definitely needed. The question is, who are going to be the most trustworthy in the space to be able to pull those things off? Because that's the one thing I don't like about a lot of the decentralized stuff is that, you know, like even on this website, let's see, about us, is there team information? Yes, there is team information. Yeah, look at that. She looks familiar somehow. Business administrator. I'm sure I don't know. Oh, you know what? She reminds me of, what's her name? Elizabeth something. She's an actress. She's in all kinds of stuff. I think she was in 40-Year-Old Virgin. Funny movie. Anyway, Sean Ryan, CEO and project lead. Tawana Muchatuda, I'm not sure. I assume that's how you pronounce it. COO and CTO. I need to just stop trying to pronounce names because my wife always gives me hell about me just not. I can barely understand people with a slight accent because I guess that's just not the way my brain works. And trying to decipher names can be difficult for me as well. And I embarrass myself, quite frankly. William C. Sang D. So data and special projects officer, technology lead, design lead. So look, I'm glad to see some team members. That's a good sign for me. Join the community, become a glitcher. Join our community of advocates who intend to revolutionize the current centralized financial system. Listen, I love this kind of stuff. Let's go over some key points real quick. Let's see. Team is always keeping community updated. Will easily reach $1 billion market cap. Charts are bullish. Okay. There's some things that I can't say in this because I can't say like what what kind of return can be expected and things. That's extremely dangerous. So somebody needs to make that a point. Revenue sharing model is crypto first and made for fair governance. Truly scalable, bridge built, launch pad coming with a partner, so that'll be interesting to see. Multiple purposeful partnerships coming. Glitch does not just partner with anyone. So, listen, check it out. Maybe you want to bookmark it, keep it on your radar, see what's going on. You can follow them on Twitter, join their Telegram, follow them on Medium. Let's take a look at their Medium real quick and see what they've got going on here. Meet the core team. Special projects officer, and Beck Wilson, business administrator. Meet the core team. Monthly update, May 2021. Let's see what they have to say in here. The pace of change in the decentralized space continues to accelerate. As of this writing, the TVL and all DeFi protocols is above $70 billion, up almost $25 billion since our last update just a month ago. Achieving such numbers will likely come as no surprise to many, but what is surprising is how quickly we've arrived. Total value of locked DeFi, that has been going pretty crazy. April recap. In April, we launched the Glitch Bridge, an extension of our LP rewards program, introduced some of our core team, and added new partnerships with projects that will contribute towards the further development of Glitch. Self-frame and bonded, build a bridge, liquidity protocol, team series. Cool. We recently struck partnerships with Bonded Finance and Self-frame. In working with Self-frame, we aim to increase the overall security of our algorithm, add new multi-signature transaction types, and align our dexes. With Bonded, we're able to expand optionality for GLCH holders. More partnerships are in the works, including one already cemented with well-known Layer 2 solution, and we will be announcing them in the next few weeks. Galaxy Farm 2 pool. There's a lot of different stuff going on. So, I mean, listen, if you're into it, check it out. Looking at the price, Glitch price is at $1 up. I mean, it seems to be doing pretty well. Trade volume is at almost $6.5 million, which isn't too bad, up 50% over the last 24 hours. So, I mean, it looks like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is their influencer push. I don't know what's causing this activity, but there's a lot of activity. So maybe it's one of those next big DeFi things to go up, and so I don't know, but do your due diligence always dive deeper than just any of us doing paid segments to talk about projects. We're here to basically let you know that such things exist in a sea of over 7,000 different projects, but it really is entirely up to you to do your due diligence and decide for yourself whether it's a risk worth taking or not. Because we as YouTubers can't possibly go and do deep dives on everything out there, and even if we could, it's still not foolproof. You never know 100%. So always be careful. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. And if you do invest in something and you lose, well, that's just the name of the game. I mean, that really is what happens in crypto, as a lot of Dogecoin investors are learning right now. Everything goes up and down and all around, and you never know where it's going to stop. And it's almost like musical chairs to some degree when it comes to investing in cryptocurrencies. So, now, this is a final segment that I'm actually finding kind of interesting, and it's a concept I've never heard before, never seen before. This is another paid segment. I'm paying a lot of bills in this video, so bear with me. But yes, this is very interesting. Forging the path to a better future. The solar oil project is a rare and revolutionary application of technology to address one of the major ecological changes of our time while providing oil commodity-backed token rewards. Now, I've seen so many different projects like this, like come and go, if I'm honest. I probably will play the video at some point, but basically what these folks are doing is there are all these old, so I used to live in Canton, Ohio, right? And I've talked about this a lot growing up. When I was a kid, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years old, maybe all those years, my mom You know, my mom would basically earn a living by going to garage sales, buying something for 10 cents, and then turning around and selling it at what was called the Hartville flea market at a profit. And that's what she did a lot. She, you know, you paid like $4 for the day. You go out on a Saturday, you start at like 6 or 7 a.m., and you're basically there all day. It's like a giant flea market. And this flea market, Hartville, I don't know what it is now. I've heard it's 10 times bigger. But it was huge then. I mean, it was probably the size of a football field or bigger back then when I was a kid. But when you're driving around Hartville, you always see these oil mining rigs all over the place. And so, which always puzzled me, but apparently the Amish own the land, and then they would basically rent the land or they would sell oil rights to companies to go and drill for oil all over the place. I'm pretty sure that's what they were drilling up, because they all look just like this. Well, what Solar Oil Project is basically proposing is they want to go out, because there are so many of these different oil wells that aren't necessarily completely dried up, but they are the oil rigs that are set up on them are cost inefficient because of what the oil is still available. It doesn't necessarily it doesn't merit the overall investment, right? The maintenance of the rigs, the staff, all these people, all this stuff, they're not pulling enough oil out of these holes, okay, at this point. So what these guys are basically doing is they're saying, okay, the Solar Oil Project takes over these oil wells in partnership with local independent operators. We replace the antiquated pump jacks with new solar-powered, eco-friendly pumps that are significantly more efficient, automated, and cost-effective. This revitalization turns these old abandoned oil wells into productive, profitable locations. The process, it all begins with you purchasing our utility token, SOAX, or Solar Oil Access. Token holders can access the Solar Oil platform, where we display all. This kind of reminds me of oh my gosh, the cryptocurrency, what they sell power. Is it power token? I can't even remember now. It was I loved it, and it was doing really well in Australia. It'll come to me. It's every time I put myself on the spot, I can't remember. Yeah, you can select which properties you want to help revitalize by staking your SOPX tokens for a 10-year blockchain-based smart contract. So basically, I guess, are you locking up your investment for 10 years and basically saying, I want a part of this oil rig, that... Within a few days, we deploy new eco-friendly equipment on these wells and begin generating profitable oil. The oil being produced from these properties is represented by our second token, the SOPX, or Solar Oil Production. The reward, step 6. Helping save the planet is a reward in and of itself, but we understand that it takes a little more than that. Wink. Each SOPX represents 1 barrel? Each SOPX represents 1 barrel of oil, and as the token holder that helped produce this oil through the staking mechanism, you can sell this token based on the current global WTI price of oil. This means that you can start developing a portfolio of oil-producing properties over time with the staking mechanism. Estimate your 10-year rewards. We're going to check that out. Have you ever seen anything like this? I haven't. The transparency. The entire process occurs on the blockchain is enforced via smart contracts, allowing you to participate in the most transparent and the most powerful social and economic project undertaken yet. The Solar Oil Project is a massive undertaking with hundreds of thousands of these oil wells in existence, and the ever-increasing need of fixing this problem we can scale massively over time. Between all the private and public data well sites available, we believe the project will be in existence for decades time to come. Very interesting. I mean, check out the frequently asked questions. Let's see. I'm curious here. One SOA is okay. So let's just say 1,000. Okay, so that's only $100. let's say if I invested $1,000, what is the average price of oil right now? Check with the live oil price here. Wow. Okay. $65 for crude oil now. Wasn't it just $35 not that long ago? All right, so $65. So there's automated rebuy. Okay, so let's just calculate, I don't know, let's say 50% number of months. I mean, they're talking 10 years, but I don't know. We'll just say 24 months just to see what happens. Expected oil production. Okay. I don't know. Production one. Yeah. We'll just say somewhere in the middle, 2.5. So if I invested $1,000, it's saying that based off of the oil price and everything else, I could make about 4,500, reinvesting half of it. So, okay. Something. Does this look familiar to you? You know, I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't know anything about the oil market beyond Oil Token Technology and Team. Dr. Jason Rose, CFO, LinkedIn. Hitesh, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the gentleman's name, unfortunately. One of the key driving figures behind the Beyond Oil initiative, Mr. Unasia, brings an invaluably diverse set of skills and experience to the project. With a background in biotech, genetics, unorthodox energy systems like microbial fuel cells, bioreactors, and more, and a storied multi-billion-dollar business development experience in e-commerce and financial markets, Mr. Unasia is uniquely positioned to make the Beyond Oil vision a reality. I mean, they've got a team here. You know, maybe dive into the team. Listen, I mean, let me just say this. If this project is legitimate, which I'm like going through this with you right now, it's a paid segment. They're obviously looking to get the word out. But if this is legitimate, I could actually, this could be really cool. Honestly, it could be really cool, but I need to see more personally. I need to see more from the team. I want to talk to these guys and gals. I want to I would really need to do some deep dive into this because, to be quite honest with you, I just don't know. I don't know enough. I might actually read through this white paper. It's not right now, but I'm going to leave this up because I'm going to look into this more. I don't know. It looks so cool, and I'm all about making an investment in something like oil because, to be quite frank with you, I see oil just continuing to rise. And it almost sounds like this whole effort is basically saying, okay, there's not enough oil in these wells to, spend millions of dollars to mine it all up, but we could throw some solar powered automated solutions on here and pull up the last remnants of each one of these suckers and share the wealth with everybody. It's helping the environment, it's cleaning up some stuff, and I hope this is a legitimate project. I really do, because I really do kind of like it, and I don't say that often, but again, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know enough about the team. I don't know enough about the oil business. I don't know about what regulations there are, how regulations could play a role into this. Is this a security? Is buying? I know they have a couple different tokens. Is this kind of is that because of the securities potential, because you're generating a return and this and that? It's a lot of complicated stuff that I personally, I just say, listen, I don't know. But if this is up your alley and this is something that looks fun, exciting, and interesting to you, maybe you're a big wig investor, maybe you're in the oil business somehow, or you used to be and you understand this field, then it might be something worth looking into. So I don't know, but ultimately I think it at least looks pretty stinking cool. And I mean, the return doesn't look too bad either. And but that's also provided that oil prices don't go down and that they continue going up, which who wants higher oil prices, right? It's kind of a weird thing to be rooting for. So anyway, I mean, that's it for, I knocked out a lot of stuff today. I think I covered a lot of ground, and I did it all in 51 minutes. So that's not too bad. But yeah, let me take a quick look again at Dogecoin, see if it ticked up a penny since I started this video. Gosh, people, I mean, listen, I don't know what to tell anybody. I mean, Ethereum, it might end up breaking. Ethereum and Cardano are basically growing neck and neck right now. Cardano's at $1.81. And, I'd really like to see a $2 ADA. Hell, I'd like to see a $3 ADA by the end of the weekend, personally. I want to see this thing double, like now. But I don't know. We'll see. One thing I've definitely keep seeing is I see, Bitcoin just kind of hanging out while a lot of the different altcoins are kind of going up and down. I see Ethereum pumping, and then I see it settling down while other altcoins pump up, try to catch up to Ethereum's growth. And it's just this constant like ebb and flow. And I don't know if it's whales just switching money from one asset to another in some sort of order. I don't know if it's a matter of like a growing number of automated bot traders. I don't know what's happening, but I'm really liking Cardano's growth. I want to see Cardano hit like $3 like sooner than later, like within the next few weeks, if at all possible. Hopefully more and more people are just averaging in, accumulating more Cardano over time. I'm not saying that's what you should do. Do what you need to do for yourself. Do your own due diligence. Never believe us YouTubers. We're all full of shit. And most of us don't know what the hell we're talking about half the time anyway. So have fun in the crypto space. Do not bet your farm on Dogecoin. Always be careful. Never